Okay, guys, so welcome back. Mastermind, Coach Mastermind group number 2. And like I wrote in our Facebook post there, even if you're unable to attend the calls, there's Bob. Bob, you there?
Hey, Don, you're on the East Coast?
Robert Lucido. All right, I'll just keep going. So even if you're unable to make one of the meetings, it's totally fine because everything is recorded. But at the same time, every meeting is kind of like Netflix. If you're watching a Netflix series, yeah, they kind of build one on the other. But if you jump into the middle of a Netflix series, you're going to enjoy that show. So like a single episode is still going to entertain you and keep you engaged. That is the intent with these meetings, that if somebody was to just watch one of these, they would get something out of it for their coach business, even though we're going to be kind of building on this sequentially and telling a story. So what I wanted to do tonight, and again, trying to keep these to the point, concise, leave a little room for Q&A, and be done 45 minutes, tops an hour. Like that's what we would want to do week to week. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we talked about the importance of goal setting for your business. And this is where I kind of really put my business hat on, guys, like as an entrepreneur. Like I haven't worked for somebody else since the late 90s. I've been involved with the gym industry, the family business, running other fitness businesses, so on and so forth. And so as I've gone through a lot of business training, you own your own fitness business right now. And one of the things that you want to do as a business owner is establish your financial goal. What do you want to achieve financially? And so we made that point clear in the last call, coming up with your financial goal. And thank you, several of you shared your goals, which is awesome because it kind of paints a picture for Bob and I to understand, well, how much income are the coaches looking to earn at this stage of the game? And is it realistic? And the answer for everybody who's already replied is yes, it is realistic to do the numbers that you've said you want to do. So what I decided to do tonight, rather than try to address every single one of those goals, was take a real simple goal and exemplify how you establish an action plan based on a simple financial goal. Understanding, of course, the Beachbody Coach compensation plan and how it works, which is, to be quite honest, as much as I know about it, Bob is a guru in terms of understanding the financial plan of Beachbody coaching. I obviously know it as well. So it boils down to this. There are 2 ways that you can achieve your financial goal. Those 2 ways are getting enough retail customers that are paying you commission every month that you achieve your financial goal, or establishing and building a coach team that is going to establish team volume for your business from which you derive weekly financial commissions, or a combination of both of those. Most coaches achieve their business success by doing a combination of both of those. They acquire their own customers. They retain those customers by running active support groups, and they start to invite others to consider becoming coaches as well as a part-time supplemental business opportunity. And it's those 2 things working in harmony with each other that enable you to really ramp up your business in the long term. But in the short term, which is what we're talking about, it's really about setting very simple, call it baby steps, to just start seeing some income. And for those of you who are here tonight, Shannon, obviously you're making weekly income, and maybe you other guys are too, I don't know. But if you're watching a recording and you're like, well, it's cool, I'm already making some income, what I'm going to start with is dialing it down to a very simplistic goal. Let's say your goal is that you want to earn another $100 per month. I want to earn $100 per month as a Beachbody coach. Right now I'm earning $0. I want to earn $100 per month. How do you earn $100 per month as a Beachbody coach? My answer to that, the quick and easy, best, easiest way to achieve that is to get 3 home direct customers on Shakeology. You're done. You've achieved your goal. Maybe shy a few bucks. That would be $96 a month in commission. Because every Shakeology retail customer that you have on home direct is going to pay you $32 per month in commission. So it's not too complicated to get $100 per month of extra income as a Beachbody coach. So if you're not already earning $100 per month as a Beachbody coach, the only thing that I think you should focus on, this is my suggestion, you need to focus on getting 3 Shakeology home direct customers. That's what your steps are going to be. In the subsequent calls that we do, we're going to talk about, well, how do I do that? How do I get 3 Shakeology customers so that I can earn $96 per month in passive residual income and be on my merry way? And there are coaches out there that they're good with that because they're happy with the fact that by doing that, they're paying for the cost of their own Shakeology. You as a coach are spending about $99 a month, roughly, for your own Shakeology consumption. If you can get 3 home direct customers, you're covering the cost of your own consumption to be healthier. And there are many coaches that they're good with that. And you know what? If you built a team of coaches who did that and nothing but that, you would have a very strong coach team. That's how simple this business can be. If you just, over the course of time, recruited coaches, got them drinking Shakeology, recruited 3 customers a month. 3 customers a month for Shakeology. You get them drinking Shakeology, they're hooked on it, they love it, they're going to continue to drink it, and you say to them, hey, you know what? You can become a coach for $39.95, or whatever it is, and you can get 25% off of your Shakeology that you're drinking every month. Seems like a pretty no-brainer to me. So they sign up simply for the 25% discount that they're going to get on the Shakeology that they're already consuming. That right there is one of the quickest ways you can start to build your coach team. Just focusing on those simple, basic things. Forget about the pie in the sky, diamond status and 6-figure income and this and all the things that Beachbody as a company is incentivizing you to do. It's not bad that those things exist, but if you're just shooting for that without starting with these basic fundamental steps and getting good at that, you're not going to grow your business. You have to start with the basics of this business. And so I just figured, given the financial goals that several of you shared since the last call, I just said, you know what, let's just dial this back to fundamental square one of somebody that just wants to earn $100 or $96 per month in income. And that is 3 Shakeology customers per month. And I will, again, we're going to get into the details of how do you get good at selling Shakeology. It's one of my strongest things when it comes to the business that I've built, a lot of which has been through Shakeology retail in our gym. Now, a lot of people will say to me, well, of course, you got a gym. You got all those people that, of course, are going to listen to you. You know, you're an authority in fitness. And yeah, it helps. But at the same time, I still have to do quite a bit of educating and call it persuading to get somebody to go, I'll spend $129.95 a month for that bag. I'll pay $4.33 a day to drink that shake, even though there's other shakes on the market that are cheaper. So how do I have that dialogue? What is it that I say? We will get into that in subsequent calls. All I want you to do is just leave with the idea of, if you're not already earning $100 a month, you want to start with that as your goal. Start with that. So if you've already come in and you said, 6 months from now, I want to be earning, $500 a month, or I want to be earning $400 a week, or whatever your goal is that you shared, you have to start with the first step. And the first step is, let's get you 3 Shakeology customers per month. Okay, so that is going to be something that we're going to focus on as we go into the subsequent calls. Because the other thing that does is and Shannon, correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I've been a bit removed from some of the changes that Beachbody has made to the Success Club and the compensation over the long run. But when you sign up 3 Shakeology customers in a given month, you're going to be rewarded with 6 Success Club points. And that, my friends, gets you into Success Club for that month. And every time you hit Success Club, you are being incentivized and recognized by Beachbody in a way that's in addition to the retail commission that you're getting over the long run. We can talk more about Success Club and the benefits of Success Club as we move forward, but just know that getting 6, you only need 5 Success Club points per month to hit Success Club. So if you get 3 Shakeology customers per month, you've got 6. So when I say Shakeology customers, it could be just somebody saying, I want to drink that shake. I'm good with my exercise. I'm good with my fitness, but boy, my nutrition, I stumbled. I need a tool. I'm going to show you how easy it is to introduce Shakeology as an awesome tool for anybody that's serious about being healthy and fit, but struggling a bit with their nutrition. So we get you 3 Shakeology customers per month. Cool. The other way that you get 2 Success Club points is by selling a challenge pack, which is Beachbody On Demand, the streaming of all their fitness programs, in addition to their Shakeology Home Direct. So with or without the fitness programs, getting somebody on Shakeology Home Direct, you're getting 2 Success Club points. That is the foundation of this business. Beachbody's #1 product is Shakeology. The foundation of this company is Shakeology. All the other stuff that Beachbody sells, just being blunt and straightforward with this, all the fitness programs, all the streaming, the on-demand, everything that they put out, the #1 goal that they have is that when somebody buys something, they want them to be buying Shakeology too. That is how this company is making their money. Especially now that the fitness programs are no longer DVD kits. It's all on-demand streaming. So Beachbody is not making the money they used to make with DVD kits because everything now is streaming. So it's all in Shakeology. That's their bread and butter. That's how they're building their business. And that's why they're compensating the coaches the way they do. In the past, we only got 1 Success Club point for a Shakeology customer because they wanted to make sure you were matching it up with a fitness program. But then when those margins disappeared and everything went to online streaming, they saw the value that they needed to get people on Shakeology Home Direct. They upped the ante so they gave 2 points. So that's how much they value it. We're going to teach you how to get 3 Shakeology customers per month and get to $100 per month in income as your first step to your ultimate goal, the goals that you've shared. So that's how you want to frame this. That's kind of the overview I wanted to give starting off. What I'll do now, Bob, can you hear? Bob, yeah, let me, is he chatting? Bob, can you call in on your phone? We can't hear you at all, and you're completely frozen.
I'm telling him to get out of the woods for a while.
Yeah. Sounds great.
We love you, Bob. Wherever you are.
Yeah, he's up in northwest Massachusetts in a very mountainous, wooded area. But he's never had these problems the way he does now.
Yeah, they're worse than they used to be, aren't they?
Right. So let me open it up to this, because I know somebody that's been phenomenal in Shakeology selling is Shannon. Shannon has a lot of customers. She's got a very strong retail business. Barb, Lori, Carrie, just real quickly, how are you guys currently with respect to the number of Shakeology customers that you have? If you don't mind sharing.
I have 2.
You have 2, Barb?
Yes.
Okay.
I have none.
Okay.
I have 2.
Okay. And Barb, Carrie, the 2 that you have, how long have you had them?
I started in July. I think one I've had a week after I started.
Okay.
And then the one I got the end of July. So since July.
Okay. So that's good. So you've had 2. Oh, okay, since July. So you've had 2 probably in their second month now, right? Of drinking it?
Yeah, it's starting in, one was the very end of July, so should be here second month come September, yeah.
And is she planning on continuing? Have they given any indication otherwise that they're not going to continue, or are they going to continue?
I believe they're going to continue.
Okay, great. Carrie, how about you? How long have you had 2?
That was me.
Bar. I think you mean Bar.
No, I'm sorry. Barb, how long have you?
Go ahead, Barb.
Well, that's okay. I have 2 other coaches, and the other 2 just started. One purchased the BOD on demand, and the other did the ultimate reset with the BOD and Shakeology. So they're just going into ending their first month.
Okay, so both of you have relatively new customers. Both of you have 2 relatively new customers.
I have 2 coaches that are on it for over a year, but the other 2 are just plain customers at this point. So I've got 4 taking Shakeology.
Okay, so are you an Emerald coach, Barb?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, that's excellent. Okay. Lori, have you tried or have you talked to people about Shakeology?
Absolutely. I have one of my friends has
Sorry, I'm sorry, I got a visitor. This is my son, Cole.
Aww.
Cole, say hi, bud.
Hi, Cole.
Just wave.
Hi.
I know Mom's gonna have to do it.
Nighty night.
I gotta finish the call, bud. You gotta go. I gotta finish the call. I'll be up when I'm done.
We'll make it toddler.
Hi,
Hey guys, can you hear me yet?
Bob. Welcome back to our world.
Thanks, man. Are you able to hear me? I can
Yes.
see you guys. I've been hearing you, so I've been following along. You just haven't been able to hear me. Wi-Fi has been bad out here today.
Why don't you turn off your camera and just leave your voice? Because sometimes that'll help the streaming if you take the camera off.
How's that?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Voice is good? All right.
Yeah.
Great.
So I'm sorry, Lori. I didn't mean to cut you off. So you were saying about your journey so far.
Well, right now I have one of my friends already has BOD, and she purchased To Be Mindset through me.
Great.
And then I have another friend who is contemplating. She's on the fence of whether she wants to add Shakeology. She's looking for Beachbody on Demand, but I'm trying to get her to add the Shakeology to that.
Okay.
And then I've met with a couple other people and talked about it. And so what I'm doing is I'm starting a challenge group Labor Day, a fall challenge group to get people involved. More of not necessarily a BOD challenge group, but more of a let's just get together, talk about fitness, talk about being healthy, and just log and support each other in doing things. And then I'll log what I'm doing in my Shakeology, and hopefully that'll help.
Awesome. Do you find that you have challenges when you're talking about Shakeology or trying to justify its value?
Not too much, actually, because I've been enjoying it, and I keep reading up about it and the facts that I see about it, so I try to share a little bit each time I talk to somebody.
Okay. Have you gotten any pushback? What are the biggest objections that you're getting?
Cost, mostly cost.
Okay.
Not much about flavor or how it works, because it does. So.
Right. Okay. All right. Rob, do you want to add anything to the dialogue we've had thus far?
That's the best.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's
Bob, we can't hear you. Can you call in on the phone? Yeah, sorry, dude. You're just cutting out. I don't know if you can call in on the phone.
Can you hear me?
No. Shannon, how about you? How about you share a bit, with
Can you hear me?
no.
Can you hear me?
No.
Can you call phone? Can you call the phone?
I think last time we called on the phone, we had fine time hearing.
You're kidding me. Yeah, let me do that.
Okay.
Okay, call on the phone. Shannon, so do you know off the top of your head how many Shakeology customers you have?
Oh my gosh. I don't know off the top of my head because I have like 1,000 customers or something. But
But they're not all drinking Shakeology.
No, they're not all.
$32,000 a year in commission.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I know.
Right, or $32,000 a month in commission.
I know. Seriously. I have a lot of people that are on Shakeology, and then all of a sudden they'll be off of it, and then they'll jump back in.
Yes.
And so when I talk to those people, I'm like, why did you take a break from Shakeology? And then they always say to me, I'm sorry I did, because I started feeling like crap. I'm like, well, yeah. And so they get back on it. And, but I do have people that keep, I try to give people the value, and I've used Don's dialogue for 6 years, right? He always knows the exact things to say. So I always follow what he says. But, I have people that will say to me, I just want to buy it when I need it. I'm like, why would you spend all that money when you don't have to? And I mean, like, why would you pay $16, $17 in shipping every month when you don't have to?
Right.
And they're like, well, they don't have an answer for me, right? They don't have an answer. But, it's not, I'm a nice person, right? But when people start pushing back about cost, I remind them they're buying 30 meals in a bag. This is not just your run-of-the-mill protein shake that you go to the grocery store and get, or you go to Walgreens or Walmart, or GNC. This is something so much more. And
yeah, so we're going to get into the details. Like, we'll get into the details of how to sell it. I wanted you to just share. Like, do you know, is it dozens of?
Oh, I've probably got maybe 20.
Awesome.
That are on, yeah. And then,
that are on HD.
That are HD, right.
Right, so right there, that alone, guys, just so you know, that alone is over $600 a month in income that she doesn't even have to think about. It's on autopilot. And it also gives her a boatload of people that she could potentially talk to about some of the other stuff we were mentioning earlier with, look, you can save 25% just by becoming what we call a discount buyer coach, somebody that's just signing up for the discount on their own Shakeology. They don't plan on working the business. Some of those people that start out that way actually become your best coaches in the long run. You know, yeah, you've got these crazy stories that have unfolded from people who just started out as a discount buyer coach and they go on to become multi-star diamonds. You know, so anything.
No, I started. That's the way I started.
You're here, Bob?
Yeah, can you hear me now? I'm on the phone.
Yeah, much better. So just from a business building perspective, with what I said in the beginning about simplifying your approach and taking these, you know, initial baby steps toward your financial goal, what would you say or add to that?
Well, I think that, you know, the part that you covered obviously is the retail sales part. And then you alluded to the fact that once you start building a team, then that's the additional side of the revenue. And I think, again, just keeping baby steps. And then, you know, I've been listening, although you guys haven't been able to hear me, I've been able to hear everything. So that's good. And it sounds like most everybody on the phone is at least at Emerald, or at least already getting and working with some customers. Even at Emerald, that's one personally sponsored on each of your legs, you can start also earning through the team cycle bonus. And so, as Don was saying, 3 sales a month covers your initial, covers your cost of Shakeology. Also, remember that those 3 sales keep going on. And if your goal, and again, as Don said, what we're going to help teach you to do is to get 3 new sales every month. And those ones last month keep going as people stay on and as you stay connected with them. So you've got that part working for you. Then you've also got this team part happening so that every time 3 sales happen in your team, either purchases by your coaches or sales by your coaches, you earn another $14 at Emerald, 16 at Ruby, 18 at Diamond through that team cycle bonus. So I've simplified it, but it basically is 3 sales, because again, if we're going to round it up, if you got 90 PV, you need 300 PV in the team beneath you to push a cycle for you. And even at Emerald, with just 2 coaches, you can earn up to $250 a week. I know we started talking about $100 a month. If we're talking about $100 a month, then we can even start working off of only a couple to a few cycles happening beneath you each week, which means that you've got a couple of coaches in your business who are active participants themselves, meaning they're using the products. So every time they make a purchase for their own use, that's going to work towards that cycle bonus push for you. But also every time they do the same thing you're doing, which is sharing with others and helping others also connect with Shakeology, either through their sales or purchases, then that team cycle bonus continues to tick. And just to give you an idea of the real numbers, go ahead and take a look at that chart that I put up on the page. But what I'm looking at is the very first row, which is that Emerald row. And even at Emerald, earned $250 a week, not a month, but a week. If you wanted to say a month, we could turn that into a month. Let's say 250. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, let me do a screen share so you can talk to the chart.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's see here. That was, when did you post that, Bob?
Right in the beginning when we started.
It was when we had all the, okay, that.
If I can find it. Probably was in a comment.
Yeah, it was a comment, I know. There it is, I got it. Okay, I've got it up.
All right, great. Yeah, we should probably make that a file or something. All right, so let's look at the top row, the sort of purplish row that says Emerald, my rank Emerald. So that's where it starts. Now, these are weekly cycle bonuses, but if we want to start, again, baby steps, let's say we want to earn $250 a month as an Emerald just from the team cycle bonuses. And this is on top of what you're earning based on the sales that Don was talking about, your 3 sales a month. And you're going to see, as we continue on, the magic pace here really is 3 to 5 sales per month, every month. And then connecting with a couple of business partners who are going to do just that very same slow pace, 3 to 5 new customers per month. So just put that down as a footnote. You do that for a year, then you've got a business that's paying you some significant dollars because of the way the passive income builds. But back to the chart. Let's say that we want to earn $250 a month. Even at Emerald, that means we need to have total, if you go all the way over 1, 2, 3 columns over, where it says my total team volume, we need in our team beneath us 5,400 in team value, which to round off is 54 Shakeology sales happening beneath us. And the way they have to happen beneath us, if you keep working over to the right on that chart, you'll see weak leg, strong leg. You need 18 sales on one leg and 36 on the other. Or if you have balanced legs, because there's 2 ways to maximize the cycle bonus mechanism. One is having weak leg 1/3, strong leg 2/3. And the other is having exactly balanced legs 50-50. And in that scenario, you simply need 27 sales or purchases in your team beneath you during that month. So 27 per month, right? And if we're talking about having everybody in the team learning to do 3 a month, that's only 9 coaches spread beneath you, either your own or sponsored by your upline, your downline. As your team grows, you know that your team grows based on what people do above you and below you. It's not only just you. And just from that very beginning rank of Emerald, 2 coaches will get you to $250 per month on 54 Shakeology sales. And it can be anything. We're calling them Shakeology sales, but it can be a mixture, BOG, although it's DVD sales, we do have the VIP program now where people pay and that gets a volume allocated to it. Every time renewals come through on BOD, there's volume allocated to it. I'm a huge fan of the bars and the performance formula and Energize to cover. We'll talk about some of that stuff too as we continue teaching how to make sure you're hitting what we're going to talk about as we go along, which is a 500 PV model, so that you're generating and teach people in your organization how to generate 500 PV. And if everybody learns how to do that, and you do that by a couple of sales and using a product yourself, then these numbers, as you can see, break down very simple. It takes 9 people being active beneath you, customers and or coaches, to drive that 5,400 team volume, which is going to drive you to that $250 number, whether that's per month or per week. And the way the team cycle bonus works is if you don't cycle out all of that, let's say you had 4,500 on your strong leg and only 1,500 on your weak leg, you'll get the cycles that you cycle, and then the rest stays as carryover. And you get to keep earning against it. So next month, you'll get another chance. You'll get a second bite at that same apple, that same volume. Sometimes your cycling volume, it was actually put in, weeks ago or even months ago, because it stays there for you.
It accumulates.
To cycle it out.
Right.
Okay. So and I don't want to get too more complicated than that. This is the second tier of earning, and as complicated as all of that sounds, and it sounds like, it's from the team, it's not my own sales, and sometimes it sounds like your own sales thing is the easier thing. This is actually the part it becomes quite powerful. Because if you seriously are living by the rule of bringing in 3 to 5 new people a month, some customers, some coaches, and they'll figure it out on their own. But over time, that snowballs into some very large numbers, especially if you're making sure that you're inviting them to the same process of being empowered to invite new people. And someday you look at something like me, and I now have tens of thousands of people in my downline. What kind of volume do you think that generates? Even just if every single one of them never sold anything and they only bought their own Shakeology, it's still tens of thousands, generating that volume. And that happens not by signing tens of thousands of people. I do not do that. I live and have lived for the last 10 years on the very same rule I'm teaching you. I connect with 3 to 5 people a month. If I was in any other sales business, or if I was a gym owner and I got 3 to 5 members a month, I would have been out of business a long time ago. But that's the road to success.
Yeah.
That's why it's very real to be able to start this part-time and to just get that ball rolling. Don't think beyond that for now.
Right.
3 to 5 a month. And even in the beginning, you're starting to look at hundreds of dollars a month, which is thousands of dollars a year. And, even if you only start at, as Don said, 100 a month or 200 a month, that's an extra $1,000 or a couple of $1,000 per year. I don't know, it's holiday, it's, a little vacation. It's significant in comparison to what you're doing. You're not out there, doing 500 people a week. You're looking for 3 to 5 people a month to connect with. So,
and when you get
any questions on this chart, by the way, while we have it up?
I know it looks a bit like complicated, but when you start to just look at your graphical genealogy in your back office and you see the volume happening on your right and left leg, it's kind of almost easier to talk through your specific scenario that you have going on. And you don't have to understand it right off the bat. It's not necessary. The system's going to calculate it for you, so don't worry about like, oh my God, if I can't figure it out, I'm not going to get paid. It's all done for it's all done for you. There's coaches out there that are like, I don't know how I'm getting this money, but I'm getting it. But what I want to say, what Bob was talking about with 3 to 5 customers per month, that's what the future meetings are going to be about, like making you really good at that. Because that's where most coaches get hung up. They get hung up on, I'm not getting 3 to 5 customers per month. And unless you're doing that month in and month out, you're not getting the people who could potentially become not only long-term customers, but also coaches. And the thing that's going to get you excited about sharing the coach opportunity is when you get good at getting 3 to 5 customers per month. When you get good at that and you start seeing, man, I'm making some money doing this, and I'm exercising daily and I'm drinking this shake, I feel fantastic. Like, I'm really enjoying this. And when that starts to happen, this isn't hard work. This is, I'm good at this. I have a comfort level in talking to people about the exercise programs and the nutrition support with Shakeology. And I'm good at getting 3 to 5 customers per week. When you get good at that, you can start to then educate those that have already become your customers on how they can do it too. It's no different than what we're doing right here, right now. We're gonna teach you how to get good at getting 3 to 5 customers per month. I mean, we get that in a week sometimes over at the gym, just through dialogue, sharing. Why should I drink this shake? That's the stuff we're going to get into moving forward. And keeping that goal in mind, if we just leave this call with, you want to get 3 to 5 customers per month. How am I going to do it? Am I going to do shake and shares? And that was that other part of the question. What do you prefer? Do you prefer face-to-face one-on-one meetings to talk about the benefits of Beachbody products? with one person at a time? Do you prefer to do a fit club? Do you prefer to do a shake and share with a group of people, taste and shakeology? Or do you prefer to do these online challenge groups where you're inviting people to these social media support groups where they've got to buy one of the programs to be part of your group? And from there, you flush out long-term customers and people who might become coaches. So you've got all these different pathways that you can use. It's kind of like your toolbox of, I'm going to go down this path to get my 3 to 5 customers, or maybe I'll just try to get 1 customer per month using that path. But this path is something that I'll do once every month, and maybe I can get 3 customers out of every one event that I do. Like you just got to understand how to do these different things, and the one that you're most comfortable with, you just do it time and time again, or a mix of them all, whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm going to end it with that, guys, and turn it over to anybody who has any questions. It's that simple. Baby steps first. I need 3 to 5 customers per month. Teach me how to do that, and that's what we're going to do moving into the next calls.
Can I add something about that too?
Yep.
Getting that, we've been working on the 500 PV model. Barb knows about. We've been doing that anyway. That's been our goal. But what that does too is helps you getting to know the people. So it's not like you're going to rush out and try to sell this person, sell that person, and sign up that person. It's you actually 3 to 5 people, you get to know these people. And some of our best customers, some of our best friends, some of our best coaches have come out of just getting to know somebody for that month even.
Yes.
So that's just what I want to add.
Shannon, that is such a good point. That's such a good point. I think it's such a good point, especially for newer coaches to hear. And it's so valid. If you connect with 3 to 5 a month, a couple stick, our goal really is to have a small community of customers/clients who stay with us, continue to use the products because they work. And I think somebody said this in the beginning. Yes, I get the cost objection, but I know it works. And that's just, by the way, that's the best response to the cost objection. Well, it works. So, you want to buy the Mercedes-Benz, or do you want, I don't know, the Crapmobile? Because this is the Mercedes-Benz when it comes to, a daily nutrition shake for the one hit of dense nutrition kind of a thing. But people need to really understand, and hopefully that's going to be the message that comes through this group, is this is more about building your small community. It's kind of like, this is a virtual health club kind of a situation. If you want to be a small boutique health club with some good, devoted customer clientele group who continues and sticks with you. And yes, we want a new flow of people coming in, but again, it's not hundreds of people a month. And people get, I think, daunted and scared and of it being too big. It's really just a couple of people a month, because of exactly what Shannon said. We don't want to just give them something and turn and let them loose. We want to set them up, support their success. I think that's what makes us different. And that's, for me, that's why I'm still here 10 years later. I'm here to get people results. And, I think that's part of the Beachbody promise. That's part of the mix, is that we're also a community. And if you purchase something from me, I'm not looking for the next person I'm looking to get you results and help you understand that the pathway to results is using this stuff and, actually engaging in it. And if I can get, and that's what I have, if you look at my business, it's kind of this small inner core circle of coaches. And I only, after 10 years, only have about 35 personally sponsored coaches with a downline of tens of thousands of people. And because I've got a small, strong core that we do this together, and then my customer group kind of looks the same. Yeah, there's thousands of customers because I've been doing this for a long time, but at the core, there's this relatively small group. It's not thousands, it's maybe 100 or 150. But some of them have been with me for 10 years, actually. And fairly good amount, actually. And that's really what builds the business. And on a personal note, for me anyway, that's what makes this satisfying and enriching. And, you know, one of the things that I'll never forget about the beginning of Don and I's relationship, and I think continues to drive it, is when he explained to me the Les Mills term of battling globesity. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the battle I'm in. And I love that. And I want to be part of that battle. And that's what we're here to do. And a few people at a time, a few people a month. So good stuff, Shannon. I'm glad you shared that. And sorry for the long-winded response, but I really wanted to capture that because I really think that's an important piece for all of us. Whether you just started today or you've been around for 10 years like me, I'm always continuing to remind myself of that.
Right.
That's what this is about. And when the deeper you connect with that, the better you're going to do here.
Right. Cool. Does anybody else have any questions? No? Pretty clear? Like, okay, we got a bit of an action plan right now. 3 to 5 customers, come on. How are we going to make it happen? Stay tuned for future calls.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right, guys, cool. Good. Thanks so much for the stuff you've shared so far, and we'll keep it rolling.
Thank you.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank
night.
you, guys.
Good night.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.